So welcome to our Zoom today, which is New Year resolutions for the body. And this is pretty much for you. You can ask any questions. You can type them in a group chat for everyone to see. You can unmute yourself. For now, everybody is muted. I think that's pretty much a standard on the Zoom setting at this moment. And it's about you choosing something different this year. So Happy New Year. Today actually is a new year in Russian calendar, which is surprisingly enough, because there is a new Gregorian and the old calendars, and they're about 14 days apart. So our new year, which is December 31st, in the new calendar in Russia, it's January 13 to 14, so today is actually our January 1st. So that's why I decided to do it today, to change our perspective a little bit on the New Year resolutions. How many of you, before the New Year starts, make some decisions of what you will or will not do this year? I don't know about you, but every year up until I started Access, I would always make resolutions about starting exercise, go on a diet, and allow myself to change. And never worked. I would even sign up for a health club or fitness center, and I would go there maybe the first months, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 6 weeks. Never kept up. And I always wonder why I cannot stick with my New Year resolutions. Part of it, now I looked at that, and it's not about the resolution themselves. It's actually about what they are. I looked up in the dictionary, and it's funny because New Year resolution, or resolution itself, the meaning of it, and I'm going to read it to you, because it makes a lot of sense why it's not working. It's a formal expression or opinion. It's an act of resolving or determination, and it's interesting, my dictionary just crashed. And it's a mental state of being resolved, act or process of resolving. But what I realize is, like in music, it's the tone or chord to which a dissonance is resolved, but it also a solution, accommodation, and a decision. So when we make decisions, it blocks us. A lot of times in this reality, we talk about you have to make a decision. It's A or B. You have to choose A or B. You either go on a diet and lose weight, or you stay fat. What if there are infinite possibilities? Instead of deciding and always looking for that answer, which always blocks people up. Think of it. You have infinite possibilities in the world. The universe is abundant. And then suddenly, you decide that you will go just one way. You just choose just one thing. How many possibilities do you have? And what if that one thing is not actually good for you? and especially that particular diet or that particular exercise. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all your decisions and judgments that you have? Thank you. And that brings me up to a few tools of access, because I can see a lot of people are part of Access, done some classes with me or with some other people, and there might be some new people or somebody who is watching it later on. So I would like to introduce a couple of tools that we'll be using today, and one of them is a clearing statement. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. It's pretty much like a magic wand and a vibrational frequency that clears a lot of things. I'm not going to go into details on this call. You can look it up in on the website, theclearingstatement.com, where it explains in details. It's basically whatever we decided, right, wrong, good, bad, we're just clearing it. POC is point of creation, where you're allowing yourself to get out of that limitation. Or point of creation is where you created it. So you're destroying that point in time where you created some limitations, and that's how it clears it. Well, POD is point of destruction, and so on and so forth. It's a short speak. The other tool I would like to use is interesting point of view, but we'll talk more about that in next few minutes. It's about looking at everything with total allowance. Everything is just an interesting point of view, because there is no right, there is no wrong. It's always somebody else's perspective on what's going on what is. How does that apply to New Year resolution? Very clearly, because whenever we choose something or actually decide that we're choosing it, because a lot of times it's not a choice. Choice is much simpler. The decision, the resolutions are decisions we make. It's always the right one or the wrong one. It's wrong not to exercise because this reality decided that you have to exercise. And it's the right thing to do is to exercise. And it doesn't tell us that our body actually likes certain things and does not like certain things. Our body has consciousness of its own. We always make our body do certain things. I want you to close your eyes right now. Unless you're driving. If somebody is driving, don't close your eyes. Just be present with that. Just allow yourself to completely be present with your body. Drop your barriers to your body. Drop your barriers to yourself. And allow yourself to feel what your body feels right now. Maybe you're sitting in a chair, maybe you're sitting on the couch, maybe you're in the car or in some office. Just for the next few moments, just feel your body. Just see what your body actually is. Just see the edges of your body. Just feel it. Feel your skin. Allow yourself to notice even how your hair on the skin feels. Observe the sensation. Maybe touch something. and allow your mind to connect with your body. Again, if the barriers come up, just allow them to drop and expand your consciousness, your mind, to the level of your cells. Almost look at the cells and ask your organs. Let's say choose one of the organs and look at that organ. Let's say your liver, your heart, and just see and ask, what does it desire from you today? You might not hear the words, or you might. Usually it's just energy coming up. And allow that energy to envelop you and feed that organ. Pull that from the universe. Open your crown and just allow that energy that your body is asking for just to enter the body, maybe through your crown, maybe through your skin, whichever is easier, wherever it's required, and just allow it to fill up your body, to fill up that organ that requires certain things from you right now. If there is any pain, just allow it to kind of like melt it, maybe dissolve it with that energy from the universe. Ask another organ, what does it require from you? This time, pull the energy from Earth and allow that energy to go to that organ and again spill out to every cell in your body and allow it to spill out into the world. And allow that to expand. Just see how far you can spill that energy into the world. Allow it to clear some of the things in the world that might be ready to be cleared. You don't have to know it. Just allow that energy to expand from your body, from that organ that you chose, and just allow it to go into everything and everyone in the world. Cool. How does your body feel right now? A little different or the same? And you can unmute yourself and just, or type it in the chat, because we have a few people, and I'm pretty sure there are some people on a couple of other Zooms going on, because I think I could see Sharona translating into Hebrew and Arabic.
Very good. Fantastic.
Thank you, Elena. So you can do that exercise and allow it every day. And what if you didn't have to do the resolution to do that? Because look at the energy of resolution. You sense the energy of the expansion when you expanded that energy. I'm saying the word resolution. To me, it's very contracting because it's only one path. It's only one choice, or maybe two, maybe five. Okay, maybe you've decided that you would do more gentle with your body. Maybe you'll be more gentle with your body. What if you didn't make any resolution at this moment? Would you take all your resolutions, all your decisions you made around the new year or ever, and all of those promises that you made, all those contracts and oaths and vows, and would you be willing to revoke, recant, resent, reclaim, renounce, denounce, and destroy all of them right now? Whew. Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, back and bad, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what if you didn't have to decide anything? And especially with your body. What if the only choice that is required here would be just asking your body what it requires? Again, look at your body and ask what energy can it use right now to shift anything that's in your body is not working or creating discomfort, pain, or something that's not allowing you to be completely present in your life. Get the sense of that energy and again, pull it from the universe. Allow it to move through your body and just exit it into the earth, because earth is ready to receive anything. And what if we stop judging our body? Because resolutions a lot of times are judgments, or they stem from judgment. Because in order to make the resolution that you have to change something, you have to judge it that it is wrong. So everywhere where you decided that body is wrong or something wrong with your body, all the judgments and conclusions you have with your body, are you willing to let go right now? All of them. Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, back and bad, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Every time when we judge our body, we allow that judgment to continue be created in our body. And by the way, do you know that you don't see your body truly for what it is? Ever. And I mean it, ever. You're sitting right now. Can you see your body fully? Can you see your face fully? Not really, because all you're seeing is just a reflection. You're seeing the reflection either in the mirror or in the camera, in your computer. But you actually never see your body fully. You might see part of your body. You might see your legs, looking at them. You might see your hand, like looking at that. But you never see fully who you are. All you see is whatever is reflected through people's eyes, meaning through the judgments. All you're seeing is reflection in the mirror again. Even the reflection you're not seeing, because you're seeing more through whatever that mirror reflects. Remember the time when you have in funny rooms, like in a carnival, where they have funny mirrors? The mirror is not completely straight. So what do you see? Is like a big blob or a thin blob? You're looking at the funny reflections. When you're looking in the mirror, let's say in the bathroom, do you think it's completely straight? No. And when you're looking at that reflection, how many judgments do you have of your body? How many judgments do you have of your face? That been from before. So you're actually looking through your judgment into reflection that's reflecting you, that's actually not you. So are you willing to let go of all the images that you're storing right now of you, of your body? So you allow yourself to stop making the resolution to change it, something that's not even real, not even true. Would you be willing to let go of that? Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, back and bad, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, it's called House of Mirrors. Thank you. I could not think of that name. It's like blink. So, how many houses of mirrors have you created for your body and for you that keeps you in that perpetual judgment of you? Are you willing to let go of that? Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, back and bad, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I remember the funny story about a young couple, moving into their new house, and they saw a neighbor doing her laundry. And every morning, and it was an old time, so there was no dryers, so she would hang the laundry outside to dry. So every morning, the wife would comment, "Oh my God, she doesn't know how to do her laundry. Her laundry always look dirty." That's been going on for a month. And suddenly, one morning, she looks out and she's like, "Oh my God, finally somebody told her to use a different detergent. It's clean." Husband looks at her, is like, "Darling, this morning I washed our windows." So how many of us, looking at our lives, our body, through that kind of reflection, through the dirty glass, through the mirrors, through the mosaic of all the judgments, or not even judgments, think of all the points of view that we picked up when we were growing up, all the points of view that we picked up from people around us that even now, sometimes it's energetic and sometimes it's not. That's why I'd like to talk about interesting point of view, because that's like washing our windows. Interesting point of view doesn't have a judgment with that. Interesting point of view is just that. You're looking at something and it's just an interesting point of view. There is a book, I actually didn't finish, I just started reading it. I don't remember which book it was, but there was, I think they were called watchers or something like that. And they would look at something and they would tell you only what they see. They wouldn't extrapolate. If they looked at the house, they say, okay, the right side of the house is white and the left side of the house is white, but I have no idea what the other two sides are. A lot of times what we do, we look from a certain point of view, but not only we have judgments about what is in front of us, we also have judgments what's behind what we don't even see. Because somebody told us about it. Somebody told us that the back of the house is pink. And we believe them. It could be white, it could be yellow, it could be anything. But because we believe the person that the back of the house is pink, it's, in our eyes, it's already pink. And when we go behind the house, we don't see anything other than the pink color. With the New Year resolution, we believed all the judgments of other people of their bodies, of their point of view of our bodies, our points of view of our body. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's whatever we believed it. So with everything that is not true and real, but we bought it as true and real, Would you destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, PAC and PAT, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, they're looking at our bodies through the eyes of judgment that have been implanted in us since childhood and cultures. And we own all of that. It's pretty much, each culture has its own judgments. It's funny because I looked at or I read somewhere that Playboy Bunny in 1960s was 5'5" and weighed 145 pounds, 145 pounds, which is about 70 kilos. Today, it would be considered obese. I'm not kidding you. At least overweight. And at that time, it's actually thought of being sexy and beautiful. And they were not going on a diet because of that. They didn't have the New Year resolution to go on an exercise program. So are you willing to let go of all those New Year resolutions that you did over the years? Are you sure? Or you like those resolutions? How many of those resolutions actually keep you in the same position of judgment and in the same position of not to do it? Because a lot of times, it doesn't matter if somebody tells us or we decided we need to do that. There is two ways of dealing with that. One is aligning and agreeing, and the other one is resisting and reacting. In my life, I always resisted and reacted. So every time I would do the New Year resolution, I would actually resist and react to that. What I'm talking about is not necessarily cognitive. What I'm talking about is subconscious belief system, a lot of times unconscious and anti-conscious belief system, or pretty much the secret agendas we have with whatever going on in our lives. A lot of times those resistance and reaction is responsible for the sabotage that we do with ourselves. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's disease, if it's exercise program, if it's a class we create, if it's some creation, a book we write. Every time when I told myself I have to do something, guess what? Never did that. I might do it maybe for a short time, but mostly what's going on is I would resist and react to that. It took me a lot of energy to overcome that resistance and reaction. When I give myself total freedom of choosing from whatever is fun for me, that's when creation, exercise, eating what my body likes, that's when it becomes ease. So how many of you creating obstacles in the form of resolutions and decisions that keeps you from actually creating what is true for you? And everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, PAC and PAT, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what if we didn't align and agree or resisted and reacted to anything? What if interesting point of view is the way to freedom? What if it's much easier just to be than to do? Because a lot of resolutions have to do with doing. I have to do this. I have to change that. I have to exercise. I have to eat right. I have to create more. I have to write this book. I have to create this project. I have to find a new job. And a lot of that has to do with action. But it's not the action that actually moves things when you desire to create something different. It's a choice. And the choice is not something we're used to. I would like you to experience choice just right now. For the next couple of minutes, we are going to use 10 seconds increment of creating something different. So right now, and you can do it in your mind, or you actually can choose action. You can stand up, you can take something in your hand. So, and you continue the same action only for 10 seconds. And then you have a choice to put it down, or choose something different, or continue the same action. So starting in about 2, 1, now. Choose something different than you're doing now. Cool. Now choose something different. 2, 1, choose something different. Now choose something different. Now choose something different. Two, one, choose something different. Choose something different. Choose something different. Choose something different. So how are you feeling? Yeah, Rose, you just showed up for choosing. How does it get any better than that? So how did you feel during that 2 minutes? Was it lighter, heavier? And was it difficult to choose? It was fun, exactly. It was a lot of fun. So what if in life you will choose from that, from having fun? And what if everything that you choose is only good for 10 seconds? You don't have to continue the same thing over and over again. Something doesn't work, you can stop and choose something different. And by the way, I forgot to tell you that you could have changed even in the middle of 10 seconds. But I just wanted to see if you figured that out. So if you chose something and you didn't like that motion, what if you could change it 2 seconds later? Allow yourself just to be, yeah. And a friend of ours says, exactly, if it's not light and fun, that's not ours. Yeah, and how much I didn't start right away. Exactly. Because a lot of times we're still in the mode of decision and judgments. A lot of times we're still in that resolution or to be in resolve. People tell us, you have to decide. But is it actually light? No. And when you hear that, a lot of times, for me at least, I would fight that. I would say, no, 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 I don't have to decide. What if you don't have to fight? What if it's another interesting point of view? my invitation to you, looking at every point of view you have, every point of view directed at you, every point of view, every choice you make, what if it's just an interesting point of view? How many of you look at your life and look at every mistake you make or made or will be making from the point of view, oh my God, I was so wrong? What if nothing is wrong? Nothing is right. What if everything is just an interesting point of view? What if even making the resolution is just another interesting point of view? And we don't have to make it right or to get it right or be right. Or we don't have to be wrong. What if it's just about choosing? And choosing it not from the rightness of choice, but choosing it from the light, from the fun, from ease. What if we don't have to push through the mud of decisions and judgments? What if it's just another interesting point of view? And what if whatever I say right now is still another interesting point of view? What if you don't have to believe anything I say, anything anybody say? Close your eyes for a second and just notice how your body feels right now. And look at any discomfort in your body. And just say, interesting point of view, I have this interesting point of view. And again, look at whatever is left, or if it didn't change, or if it got worse. Interesting point of view, I have this interesting point of view. And do it again. Interesting point of view, I have this interesting point of view. How does your body feels right now? Any change? Any of those things has shifted? Yeah, exactly. So what if it's as simple as just being the interesting point of view? A lot of times, anything, any definitions, anything we've decided that we have to do or have to be, it's very rarely that would be an awareness. Most often, it's a judgment and decision. And a lot of times people ask me, what's the difference between decision, judgments, and awareness? Awareness is light and fleeting. Decision and judgment are heavy, and a lot of times it associated with some discomfort in the body. Our body is actually very aware, and they resist and react to every decision and judgment and limitation that we put on it. Resolutions are nothing more than another judgment and limitation that we put on the body. So again, all your New Year resolutions or any resolutions you made throughout your life, let's go for any life you had. Would you be willing to let go of that? Thank you. Later on, good back paddle nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And everywhere where you decided that you have to make resolution, that you have to change you, that you have to do something that to improve you or your body, are you willing to let go of that too? Thank you. Right and wrong, good and bad, back and bad, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Cool. Thank you so much for being with us today. Everybody that chose. And yes, there would be recording of that. We're actually recording, I think, on 3 channels to the same cloud. And there would be recording, I believe, of the translation into Italian. And if somebody requires translation into other languages, you can either message me or probably easier, either WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. Let me know if you require, and if we have enough people needing translation, we will do it later on for this Zoom. And yes.
Helen, can you please speak about the class you will be doing in Rome in February?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm coming to do a 3-day body class in February 21st and through 23rd, where we'll be dealing with a lot of those decisions, judgments, and resolutions that we made with the body, and unlocking it not only through the verbal processes, but through the body processes, actually energetic processes that helps the body release all the points of view that we put on it. And this way we can heal our body and change anything that's not working there. And so that will be in Rome, Italy. And Alice and Julia are hosting me there. So you're welcome to join us on that adventure. I'm also,
And the weekend before, Helen will be in Austin, Texas in the US with a 3-day body class.
Exactly.
And I'm just going to add my 2 cents. Helen was here in December for a 3-day body class. And last year she was nearby in El Salvador for a 3-day body class. I was there too. And the year before that, she was here for a 3-day body class. And I have to tell you, every single one is so different from the other. And every single one has contributed to exponentializing my life amazingly. I've been able to let go of more. I've been able to have more ease. I was just going up the elevator and all that, so I didn't have like my video on. But I was interesting point of viewing right along with you guys. And that's really the gift of these classes is the body processes for sure. Helen has a way of getting you where you're sticking yourself, where you've been blinding yourself and been unwilling to see. And it is phenomenal. The gentleness and the potency beneath that gentleness that she has. Like, she can hold you to it. If you're willing, she will invite you to shift and change beyond your stuck points of view until they become interesting points of view. And then you can choose and have and be anything if you're willing to. So what a gift, really, what a gift. I adore you, Helen, and I'm so grateful for every interaction, facilitation class that we've had. It's absolutely amazing. Anyone who hasn't been through one of Helen's classes, you don't know what you're missing till it hits you in the face. And what? How does it get any better? Get me to a 3-day body class.
Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, because this will be the 3rd 3-day body class that I have with Helen too, and it's always life-changing, always life-chinging, and the year in between. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you'd like me to come to I see Lucky Austin, and if you like me in your area, just call me.
So since you just mentioned area, Helen is going to be back-to-backing with another friend that we have, Sharona, in doing a 3-day body class right after foundation class in Israel. And for those who'd like to really turn it into a free-flowing adventure, there's even tour days. I think Sharona is leading tours in Israel afterwards. So wow, that would be a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, kind of a trip, and letting go of a lot of significances that keep us stuck. I mean, the Holy Land, for crying out loud, how much more significant could you get? Just saying.
Yep. And if you'd like more free Zooms or free podcast, I'm actually hosting a radio show on Inspired Choices Network, where you can listen for free, ask questions, and get some facilitations as well. It's on Wednesdays, 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 o'clock Eastern Time, and I think it's 9 a.m. in California, but it's all over the world. So look up the time for your area. And we'll see you soon. Thank you. And I'm stopping recording.